Do we even know how to wheel or burn anymore?
We do. And with that, welcome. Hello. Welcome to Burning Wheel. We're playing Burning Crowns, a campaign about romance in a time of war, war in a time of romance, and politics and intrigue. What am I supposed to say, AP? I'm judging your eyeballs.
It's a game about wandering around in the forest.
Well, yeah. Now
having
it's
a
wandering
cockfight.
around.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So it was originally about wandering around in a forest.
Oh, we're rebranded.
Mystical,
My bad.
spooky forest. Come on, let's
Yeah,
not
spooky
short sell the
forest.
forest.
Yeah.
Burning
But
Crowns
now-
Season 2 starts
Yeah.
now.
This is season 2. We are starting the next phase of our game. Our noble. I mean, I don't want to say heroes, but our group.
Protagonists.
Our
Obviously.
protagonists.
I am a hero.
The center people of our story, protagonists, are returning to the capital of the land that financed their expedition, getting ready to go for a an award ceremony, as well as sort of the next steps of their adventure, which would be to formally start a country to the south. So that's going to be the big overarching things here. So we are actually going to the, I want to say quaint little town because it's the opposite. In terms of all of Brevoy, this is probably the largest metropolis. In fact, it could probably be called a metropolis. This is New Svetlana. This is the capital of Brevoy. Seated in the middle of the city is the Ruby Fortress, the actual gem of the north. It is the location and seat of all power of Brevoy, and it is sitting on the throne of the dragon scale throne is Lord Regent Naleski Svertova. So that's kind of where we pick up again. So imagine while I was saying that, it was said far more eloquently. There was a theme song going on, and we saw the little like papercraft Game of Thrones fucking shit building up.
Well, of course, yeah. Someone raised Tony J from the dead to deliver a presentation on this, and yeah.
It's more,
So
no,
it's
man. Morgan
wonderful.
Freeman. That's your go-to announcer voice.
Yeah. So that's where we're at, and now let's figure out where our players are at. So AP, what's up? Been a while. Been a hot minute, my friend.
Oh, hello. It's been a while. Unlike some of my fellow broadcasters like Eric and Kelsa, I've not been as political. In fact, I try to normally remain as apolitical as possible. But I've been watching a lot of season 2 of The Man in the High Castle because I'm an Amazon Prime member. But then the other day, I was listening to someone rant off a bunch of facts and realized I was watching CNN, not Amazon Prime, and it was Sean Spicer, the press secretary for the United States. So that was a very odd moment. Really? No laughs? All right, I'll try again. Listen, that show really listen. It really fucks me up because they mess with like the Nazi and American flag imagery all the time, where they have to give like the Pledge of Allegiance to Hitler. There's a TV show called American Reich, which is like a buddy cop story, but they're always like, "Stop in the name of Hitler." It's a show within a show. Oh man,
It sounds kind of good.
yeah, it's mimetic as fucking hell,
Oh
man.
my god! So it's like all the Reich moves.
Yeah, all the
Oh,
right moves.
Oh shit!
See,
Wow.
but come on. Really?
Wow.
In the alternate world where they win, they really name everything after the Reich. Fantastic.
Yeah, like the Fast and the Furious.
The scariest scene for me is where
Furious.
a man is sitting down and teaching a young boy about Huck Finn. And they have a really long discussion about the journeys of Tom Sawyer. And then at the end, the little boy's like, "But why did anyone like that character? He was black." And I was like, oh my God, that's right. They killed all the black people in this universe. Holy shit.
That's terrifying. What? The
Yeah,
That's
it is a really
scary stuff.
yes.
The story, if it makes you feel any better, is about people in positions of various levels of power beginning to question the status quo. So
Adolf Hitler's still alive and he's in charge. Yep. All right. So anyway, not that has anything to do with our game about young,
nothing to
up-and-coming
do.
speaker who's super rich and his worldly prophet, Demetrius Goebbels.
Wow.
Wow.
You threatened to kill a peasant last time from talking to you.
Yeah,
Talking back to me.
I love that metaphor.
I gave him 3 chances, okay? 3
Wow.
chances.
You're Goebbels. You're Hitler.
Let's not go down that road.
Yeah.
Let's not go down that road. And Sam,
Hey,
how are
Eric,
you doing?
Schindler.
today?
I've been great.
Let's
and
not
I'm
go down
looking
that
forward
road.
to get back to politics, but not quite this level
Okay.
of politics. Find a nice safe zone in between the two.
I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of traits that could be written for that exact situation.
Nope, we're out.
Anyway.
No, we're out. Sam?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm not a lot going on to speak of, but played Mouse Guard on Friday on AP's channel. Everyone should go watch that. Last
So
episode's
good.
finale next week.
Mouse guard.
For the god.
Absolutely. The guard shall
For the
prevail.
guard. For sure. It's
And other than that, yeah, I'm excited. I spent an enormous amount of points at character creation, being able to like circles up NPCs, which would have been like really, really difficult obstacles where we were. So now I can actually use that, which is going to be fun.
yeah, I'm excited for it.
Nice.
Yes. Daniel.
Sup, Eric. Hi, everyone. Daniel here. So what have I been doing? Aside from hunkering down and watching a shit ton of Jessica Jones, which, by the way, spoilers, you should watch because it features the line, "I once told a man to go screw himself. Can you even imagine?" from a guy who controls minds. So think about that. Aside from that, I've been playing Masks and hosting Dark Heresy over on my channel, and that's been taking up a lot of my time. So yeah, that's a thing.
Jeez. Yeah. I started watching your Masks. Where can people find that?
So you can find our Masks game on the YouTube channel Charisma to AC, where me and a bunch of friends nerd out and play role-playing games. The first episode of the Masks game, just to point that out, the first episode, kind of weird. For some reason that I don't know, OBS decided to desynchronize the audio, so I'm like half a second ahead of everyone, so I just cut everyone off all the time.
Good stuff.
OBS is sometimes super finicky, and by sometimes I mean all the time. Requires a lot of getting it to work right.
Temperamental software, we can't argue it's free.
Yeah. Rikage.
Yes, I have recently received the position of Kage. I accept this position humbly, especially considering that I am in no way skilled or learned in Japanese culture or the way of the sword. It'll be an awkward transition, but I feel I do have a lot to bring to the table, and we can look forward to some refreshing new non-shuriken based policies from my administration.
Can I say something real quick?
Do you own an orange jumpsuit?
Have you noticed that in the Naruto series, the Kages, once the first one falls, like it's the professor defense against the dark arts position. Like every person who takes a chair after that suffers a horrible, brutifying murder and is replaced by yet a more competent yet horribly brutaler murderer.
Well, it's
Murderer.
every person who takes a chair is just like, I'm gonna be a great Hokage, and then like 10 minutes later they're like, I don't know, I'm in a coma now.
No, I lost interest in that series around the time that the author got like a fetish for the not main character's eyes. Like, look at his eyes are amazing. Give him a lick.
Oh, talk about Sasuke and his eyes.
Yeah. So the thing about the political system in the Naruto universe is that it makes sense to have your most powerful ninja be your leader for defensive reasons, kind of. And you'll think, well, that means no one will attack our leader because they're our most powerful ninja. But instead, everyone who's thinking about attacking you says, well, we got to take out the most powerful ninja first. So you end up with a series of your most powerful ninja being taken out and everybody else being okay, because then you repel the attack.
Yeah.
But like they were like, well, we got to kill the most powerful ninja. By the way, none of this has to do with how I'm doing. Uh,
Are you sure?
it was all just a segue joke based on how Eric said my name.
It was. But I was going to let it play out.
Yeah, just let it play out. I have been okay. I've been doing the things. Speaking of Dark Heresy, I'm in a Rogue Trader game.
Nice. That's the best of those games.
Yes, it is, because Heresy has always been an extremely limiting narrative thing. So let's just create somebody who can be kind of heretical, just a little bit, and not get in trouble.
But that's Heresy.
And really expand their
The Emperor will protect, Wreckage. Why can't you just trust in the Emperor?
Yeah, this is sounding a lot like Heresy Most Foul.
Now I want to sell. Now I want to play a 40k Rogue Trader, but selling makeup, so you can be Rouge Trader.
Low-hanging fruits.
The Rouge Trader. Rogue Trader.
Well, I'm not going to top that. Go to the next
Eric's
person.
back, everybody. Eric's back.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like my kind of game. So
Have you been ready to laugh, everyone? Because Eric is back.
Are you ready for a laughing, wacky good time? Welcome to Burning Crowns every Sunday morning. Pop a spot, prepare your favorite bowl of cereal.
Yeah. So
Get your decoder rings ready, everybody.
all right, so we were playing Burning Wheel. So that means we all have characters and they have beliefs, and it's really important that their beliefs are fleshed out because that is what gets you experience and points at the end. And if you get enough points, you win the game. So let's talk about our beliefs.
That is how games work, I've been led to believe.
Yeah. So let's start with Daniel. Daniel, let's start with Mason.
Yeah, so reintroducing Mason. Mason is the not at all entirely balanced, idealistic young sorcerer who is trying to make these three jackasses work with some form of cohesion, attempting this from the position of essentially a commoner and leaning on the crutch of their "I'm a wizard" to survive that position for long. Let's talk about Mason's beliefs, instincts, and traits, I guess. I am rocking the following beliefs, all of which have been changed, slightly at least. In my journey of self-discovery, I have now stepped onto a path. The swords of the stolen lands need guidance. I will figure out a plan for the first few months of Swan's campaign and use it as a bargaining chip. Second belief: it is folly to strive to carry the world on your own. As suspected, the Nile Marshes play home to the supernatural, and I need to expand my talents. I will seek out a teacher capable of instructing me in the arcane. And last but not least, secrets are the blood of mystery. Mystery is the root of fate itself. Demetrius unveiled to me the existence of a secret tome hidden in the Abadarian vaults. I wanted secrets. I will convince Demetrius to assist me in getting to it. For instincts, I am looking at the instinct: always accept a worthy task, always lash out before backing down. If I failed, blame it on something else. And for traits, I'm looking at rabble-rouser, extremely respectful of one's betters, arrogant, curious, risk-taker, and gifted.
Nice. Okay, so that's pretty. Yeah, I forgot you have rabble-rouser, and your instinct of always lash out before backing down. I love it. I love that instinct so much. So, anyways, that's good. That's real good. Who wants to go next?
I can go.
Okay. Father Demetrius Rotova. You're gonna be in your element here, dude. This is gonna be.
Yeah. This is Demetrius's time to shine. To recap, because I know it has been a little time. Demetrius is our pious, God-fearing priest who is busy trying to fool himself and everyone else that he is preparing for the end of the world. Meanwhile, finding it a little bit hard to stay out of the political side and to be the arrogant ass that his family, the Sotovas, taught him to be. All of his beliefs actually changed this week. First belief is the root of it stays the same. Only the strong wall shelters humanity from the storm. And the rest of it is changed to: it is time for the Church of Abadar to unite. The first step is to consolidate the sect of the lost sixth book. And second belief: Count Swan's road looks rough ahead, and he's miles and miles from his nice warm bed. I must ensure that he remembers what his old pet said. He's got a friend in me.
Oh, boo! Come on,
Drops.
guys. Come on.
Yo, that's dope.
So good. Come on.
And before this last one, okay, I need to clarify. It says New Stetven
Yeah, it's
on
Stetven.
the map. Is it? It's Stetven, not Svet. ST, not SV, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
gotcha.
Stetven. Stetven.
Gotcha. I was pronouncing that wrong the entire game. My bad.
We all knew what we were talking about.
It has been too long since I've been in New Stetven. I shall seek out my allies to gain intel.
Yeah.
And instincts. Always have my doctoring supplies on me. Always quote relevant religious parables. Always assume signs of the apocalypse. Traits: your lordship, predatory, ambitious, devout, obliging, mark of privilege, tonsured, vested, faithful, and incomprehensible diagnosis.
Yeah. You're like a psychotic Cardinal Richelieu. At least that's what I when you're looking at your traits, I'm like, oh Jesus. Yeah. So
Most of the worst ones are from being a Sertova.
no wonder they sent you away from the capital.
But yeah.
Yeah. That's true. They are mostly from being a Sertova.
Like your lordship, predatory, and ambitious are probably like my meanest ones, and those are all just
Sertova
from my
traits. Yeah.
family.
Yeah, that's what Sertovas are. They do not fuck around. All right, cool. So would Sir Onin or Count Ronald like to go? Who feels ready to go first?
I'm ready to go.
You ready to jump on it?
We've had a Count Ronald Swan animation done, and also fan art.
Yeah.
I've got the fan art on the board if you want to click on that and then press Z real quick to blow it up for yourself, Eric.
See?
The Z. Token selected by Z will blow up the full screen. Magic, I know.
There we go.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Count Ronald Swan is the incredibly wealthy and getting wealthier all the time, obvious leader of this expedition, completely uncontested in every way. Been far away from home and is seeking to extend his power base, but more importantly, to loyally carry out the orders of the crown, such as it is, and is on his way home to figure out just who is in charge. He has the following beliefs. I owe Onin one castle. It's time to put Abadar's favor to good use and develop a line of credit for the Solston's Honor Castle to be donated in Onin's name. Arrange a secret meeting with the Queen through Demetrius. I need all kinds of things out of this meeting. Information is the key.
All kinds of things.
All kinds of things. I don't want to list them yet, but information is the key to whatever and everything that is happening. Beyond getting Manning to brief me, I need an informant who will be more neutral and better informed about non-Rogarvian things. The great game is afoot.
Oh man,
The great game is a
what if we had somebody who was like close to the queen but had like differing loyalties?
Nope.
And
I am
So
responsible to the people.
Yeah.
My instincts are I always assume Demetrius will back my plans. I always offer deals before the knives come out. Never allow my dreams to remain dreams. My traits are feared, imperious, free, self-satisfied. Your eminence, pompous, rapier wit, affinity for business, mark of privilege, noblesse oblige, and pennywise.
What do you mean, never let your dreams remain dreams? I know you want to say don't let your dreams be dreams, but what does that mean as an instinct?
Never let my dreams remain dreams. I'll tell you what it means, Eric.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, that rambling plan that I only partially shared at the end of last episode, I've now fully made available to the public through a link which they can view in your channel. And I also put it in the Burning Wheel channel on Discord. And then Daniel decided to leave some notes on it.
It's just like a dozen pieces of naysaying going on, like when you scroll down.
There's some really good pieces like this is a brilliant move, and there's other pieces like this is never going to happen. But the end of the plan is basically ends with Emperor Ronald Rogarvia of the Holy Brevoyan Empire. And that's the dream that I can't let be a dream. It's time to rise and shine.
Okay. All right. I get it. I always seem to make sure to back my plans. That's a good one. Okay. Cool. That's pretty good. And we got one more.
Hi. My character is Onan Solsten. Thank you, Eric. If I got the beliefs, I got the extra beliefs because I got the fancy extra religious belief. So here we go. Let's do it. Belief 1. If the church and the house and the expedition need me here, then that duty supersedes converting the temple to Gorham. But I must leave my unit behind. Their duty is still clear. Thalia will lead in my absence, a position she is definitely ready for. Belief Dos Equis. My father sends word from the seat of Solsten. I know my father, and I know the context for the King's Moot. I know what he would planned. I intend to remind him of the separation between the house and the church and sway his course of action as I can do best. Belief 3. I am on my duty to see the mission debriefed and officially completed. I fear it may lead to a further mission with this band of buffoons. I do not want to work with these men in the future. I will have to consider refusal carefully. And belief 4. Thrain says politicians and politics play pretend at warriors and war. It is not totally folly to assume they are cowards and layabouts.
That's good. All right, I'm actually going to copy all of everyone's beliefs into a document, so I can share it with everybody who's watching, just so they can play along and see what everyone.
Play along.
Wait, are you copying my intellectual property? That is piracy, Eric. Everyone will get hurt.
Theft.
You know, they used to say on those old videos, would you steal a car for the anti-piracy thing?
Would you download a car?
Yeah, would you download a car? And I
Like,
saw
fuck
someone
yeah, I
3D printed a bus.
Interestingly, the reason you don't see those commercials anymore is because they said, like, they ended with downloading pirated DVDs is stealing, and it's not. It's not, legally speaking. It's not stealing. So
cool. I think in the future I will try to endeavor working with the crew to maybe get our beliefs done before the game, just as like a lock-in before, and I can like update a character sheet page or something so we can have it on screen or something as well.
Just so you know, we all came to the conclusion on that, by the way, independently.
Or if like you can do like an exclamation point Ronald, and maybe like in the chat can print it out or something.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Oh yeah, we're like mods, right?
Yeah, so like
maybe
we can make commands like that in the future. Just some ideas.
That would
And
be a
if you
good
have
idea.
ideas on how to make the game like so you can like follow along better, because there's a lot of like stuff going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of accounting and paperwork that happens with Burning Wheel games that if you're interested in seeing, let me know so I can provide you with the tools that you want. And
look at this man. Look at this guy and his making the game accessible to you guys. Look at him.
But before we get into the meat of play, I have a question, just because it's going to sort of change some of my first moves. Who of you guys are locals? Like, I'm from New Svet. I'm like have a place here because my family's seat of power is here right now, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Like I've probably been living here.
No, I mean I'm a local, but not for the same reason. I'm a
Yeah.
local because the church would have their seat here, and
exactly.
That's the same thing for
I can
Avatar.
tell you that it's
I'm from
It's not
Restov.
the Ruby Fortress.
Also, I'm a
it's-
vagrant.
It's the other thing though. It's the it has a proper name. I'm just failing to remember what it is. Yeah, so basically the Goramites have a fortress in the capital as well. I just don't remember what it's called. But if you want to think about it in terms of like Game of Thrones, you know, you have sort of like the Septon, like you have sort of like the Grand Cathedral, right?
Basically,
Baylor.
my
And then you
question
have,
is
the Red
like,
Keep. Yeah.
my question
no
is,
Oh,
spoilers,
it's called
Eric.
the Bulwark. It's called the Bulwark of Gorham is actually the name of the cathedral of Gorham.
my basic question is like, who would have like a place to stay in the city, which is like sounds like just me and Roman.
No, you guys. Well, here's what I would say. That's a good question. So if this was like, if you guys weren't coming in here like being celebrated and going to be offered a bunch of stuff, you would have to kind of like manipulate and talk to people to find places to stay. But you guys are like nobles, so the idea of you coming in and people like offering you places is not going to be like unheard of, right?
Right.
Maybe,
Well, I was thinking that there'd be like Sertova, like some sort of like manor or something in the capital from the past, and they probably control they probably have some sort of control of the castle, seeing as they're the regents.
Well, here's what I will say, because this is actually interesting, because this is actually your big spot of where you guys can start playing up beliefs and stuff. You guys arriving at the capital are invited to stay at the castle if you would so require. They have space for you because you guys are honored guests. However, sure. If you made your own arrangements, which we could do right now, that's totally cool too, because maybe not staying at the castle is your jam. Which I would
like to make arrangements, but also stay at the castle as well. Like have rooms at the castle I could use. That sound weird?
What do you mean rooms at the castle to use?
Like if they have a room for me there, I would use it for like when I need to meet with people, but I probably wouldn't sleep there overnight.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, literally sent an assassin to kill me, so
a bed's a bed. I'll sleep in the castle because that's the first one that offered.
Okay.
I'm not nobility. I have no clue what's
You want to go to the bulwark? No, you're offered a spot as well, Mason, in the castle.
Oh, yeah,
like,
me. Oh.
You know, you guys are all around. Yeah, you guys are all, being celebrated.
Oh.
You know,
take it. I sort of lean over Mason. I'm like, take it. Don't do it.
Yep.
I know what you're thinking about doing. Don't take it.
Yeah, imagine you guys like maybe you guys have like already shown up to the castle. Maybe like there's servants and people, like logistics of your shit's getting taken care of and putting in different spots, right? And so sort of like not the seneschal, but like sort of like the butler in the front of the castle would wearing like the I think if I recall, Brevoy it's a red double-headed dragon is their symbol, and I think it has a shield with yellow or gold and white, if I recall.
Yeah, like it's a dragon against an institution.
Gold, white, and red is like the colors of this castle. So it's kind of like Lannister-y colors, if you want to think of it that way. So they have
it's Rogarvian colors.
Yeah. Is someone playing a cello in the background?
It should come as no surprise, since Swan's colors are also black and red and are a two-headed swan.
Yeah.
One thing I'm unclear about, and maybe it's just that I'm unclear on like the background of the world. Like, does House Sertova control the castle?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they live in the castle. Think of it once again. I'm just gonna use Game of Thrones again. Think of how the Lannisters stay in the castle while they also maintain.
That's exactly what I was
holdings.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I know.
Like when you watch Game of Thrones, like all the guards in the Red Keep are Lannister men, with the exception of the Kingsguard, who might as well be. Right?
Exactly. So think of it that way. That's sort of the scenario that we find ourselves in. So it's all of like Svetven's it's all of Sertovan troops kind of around here. However, it's the Dragon Scale throne. Symbols.
Rogarvian lands is literally.
So you see like the double dragons and stuff, but like in addition, so the Kingsguard still wears like the double dragons things, particularly anyone like the stewards of the castle still wear that, but the Sertovan guards and everybody is it's all your guys. Like basically imagine like the facilities maintenance team of the stadium, Casa de Dragon Scale Throne. That's all kind of like they have to wear like their formal regal, like we owe allegiance to the crown kind of thing. While you kind of supplement your own security and everybody else as you see fit, right? There's like a skeleton crew of people who just maintain the castle who are kind of independent, and that's the people who wear those types of uniforms. So then one of those is greeting you, probably a short little like wily man who's there. Kind of like welcoming you guys in, being very, very reverent. In fact, they're probably wearing like very nice fineries, despite their status, only because it's the castle and they're showing you. However, no formal, I guess like noble has come to greet you guys yet.
After you, Sam.
I think so. When after sort of the initial pleasantries, Father Demetrius would like to ask. I don't have a name. You can come up with a name if you want, but like I'm assuming that like the House of Sertova. And maybe even Demetrius sort of personally would have like some sort of manservant some sort of like head of household type guy who kind of like runs the servants. I just want to cut through the nonsense and talk to him and see what's
the seneschal. That would be the seneschal of the
Sure.
castle. Right?
Yeah, so I'd like to speak with
head butler of the castle.
Exactly.
Which,
that's
yeah,
all I'm talking.
okay. Here's a question for you. Is the head butler Sir Tovin or of this Dragon Scale facilities group?
Oh, I was specifically wanting to speak with whoever runs the Sir Tovin servants.
I know,
Like,
but what I'm asking you is, because you're a Sir Tovin, did they replace him with their
Right.
own guy?
What I'm saying is,
Which
I
is
want to
totally
talk
Sir
to the
Tovin
guy
thing to do.
who I grew up with, who like ran, in the port of ice, like we had.
Yeah. You know, like the
and then we brought him with us, kind of thing.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. It's not necessarily a seneschal, but what's the name of it? Not executive officer, but yeah, I know the type of person you're talking
Major
to.
Domo.
Yeah,
Major Domo.
Yeah, the major domo would be a good way of looking at it.
Yeah. That's who I'm looking to.
Yeah.
circle
No,
some-
I like that. Let me bring up some names. So he's gonna be major domo.
Oh, do I even need to do I have to circle some up?
No,
Arigato.
no, I just want a name for him.
I know,
Oh.
yeah. His name's obviously Arigato. Just Major Domo Arigato.
All right. No,
Mr. Domo or
major domo. He wouldn't be a Sir Tovin though, right?
No. He's
Yeah,
like
he would just
he
be- yeah.
is
A respected
like-
person.
probably been working for our house for however many
I mean,
years.
How about it's a relative of Sir Magnar.
Sure.
It's like that's
that
an
works.
honorable position.
So do I need to like roll to see if this guy likes me, or is it
No,
just
no. So like no,
Cool.
you're able to find him, right? But like what do you want to do, right? So you find the major domo. You find major domo. You know what? Let's go with Vladimir.
I will.
Vladimir Magnar.
I think so. I say when I'm assuming that like we're still in like the main area and that he was like brought to us, or were we brought to him?
No. You know this castle well. You went to it.
Okay, yeah. So I just walked over. So yeah, I'll sort of knock on his door, and politely wait for him to invite me in.
Okay. He's currently in a small meeting with I think Abadarian financiers, right? Like it's a affair, some sort of financial logistical meeting. Are you paying attention? Like the guards tell you to wait, right? Like the door's closed. Do you knock on the door? But you can kind of hear like, sir, this is not the time to be discussing these financial, like this is what you hear like through the door, right? Like this is not the right time to be doing this. We can discuss this more after the King's Moot of next year, right? It's some kind of thing about like the payments and timing of the payments.
Someone knows
what
the
do you
church
do?
money.
What do you do?
I just knock,
Okay.
and I probably like make some sort of joke to the guards, like sort of quip at them.
Yeah, and you hear like, gentlemen, it's been good. Yeah, we are running over time, right? Thank you. And the door opens and you see two Abadarian. I don't think you know these people, but they're definitely like part of the clergy. I mean, you don't know these people as in you know that they are financiers of the Abadarian Church. You just don't know these. They're just randoms. And then you see Vladimir, right? Vladimir is probably wearing very nice Sir Tovin garb. What do you think the colors of House Sertova are? Do we
I
decide?
thought we had them established.
Poopy poop water. That's poop.
According to the Pathfinder wiki.
Let's use the established setting, please.
Yeah, let's use that as. I mean, I built my whole plan around it, so. Actually, I did. That was the best part. I didn't have to.
I think it's also in the Kingmaker thing.
Yeah.
Let's see here. House Sertova. Gray ship on a field of blue. Below.
So yeah, gray and blue, like icy.
Gray, blue, and black, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah. So I will say, Vladimir, it has been some time. May I come in?
Yeah. He's surprised to see you. Like he's expecting you, but this is the first time he's seen you in quite some time. I think.
Yeah.
A few months, and so he comes in and you like start stepping forward, and he like grabs you with a big like hug. He's like, I missed you.
It.
Yeah.
Says I say it's nice to be back in the city.
Yeah. He kind of does one of those kind of like dad kind of like just like just fight any bandits as he like pretends to like stab you with like a fake kind of spear, like try and test your reflex kind of thing, like kind of like the dad kind of thing he would do.
Yeah, I just sort of chuckle and I say the bandits were dealt with.
Yeah. Do you say if I'm reading you correctly, do you say that with a very like the bandits were taken care of kind of thing? Like, do you say it in a very like formal way?
I say it very flippantly.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, don't worry, they were taken care of.
Yeah, okay. They were taken care of. Oh, okay.
And then I just sort of what I say is I think our talk will have to be brief today, Vladimir. I will definitely desire to pick your brain about the goings on of the city, but I wanted to give you the name of guests that I would like treated with the utmost care, if you wouldn't mind.
He looks at you like he raises an eyebrow. He thinks you mean the rest of your compatriots, but he's not sure, so he kind of goes, yeah. Of course. I would be happy to. What? He kind of like trails, waiting for you to fill in the blanks that he's clearly missing right now.
First and foremost are, of course, my 3 compatriots, the members of the Charter. Of course, Count Ronald Swan and Bishop Onan must be given suitable places, and I'm sure that they may not want a nicety here or there, but I was hoping you could also find lodgings, perhaps in the garrison. I have some men that I've taken under my wing.
It's like, oh, you started a new clergy? He's like asking, like a new wing?
You could say that. Perhaps I'm just bringing lost lambs back into the fold.
Yes, yeah. I think we can make some sort of arrangements. He's not going to be able to give you the domiciles required for your men, unless you try to like push him there, because they can't stay in the garrison.
Okay. I'm
going
going
to say
to
that, but this is the result of the conversation. So like if you want this, you will actually have to push and roll.
Yeah, no, sure. So I think what I do is I kind of like look at him meaningfully and I say, "Come now, a favor like this for the church, it certainly can't hurt with other matters, can it? Moreover, I'm sure the Church of Abadar will see this in a very good and honest light."
Are you trying to like appeal to perhaps like the conversations he was having earlier?
Yeah, I'm trying to push a little bit on that and a little bit like, hey, like I'm a priest of Abadar, like, come on.
Yo, what up? I got a big dick.
He's just like, well, I mean,
you're gonna say no to a guy? The guy serves God? Come on.
With so many other dignitaries coming in with their own troops, it's just not sure there's enough space, and I mean, I'm thinking about make your roll as he's like mulling it over, and I'll give the response based on what you say.
I mean, there's not. Should we ask God? We can ask God.
And then he has another thing he wants to ask you.
God says, "Put up or shut up, bitch."
I want to see, based on how this roll goes, I want to determine what I exactly say.
So your intention here is to secure lodgings for your man here.
Correct.
I don't think. What are you trying to? What do you think the action here is for this? I mean,
I was trying to do suasion was what I was going for.
See, I don't know if I would. I don't think this is a suasion roll, and this is why. Because you're not arguing for the benefit of his soul. You're doing it for the argument of the benefit of his pocketbooks and finances.
I mean, I was trying to like make a little push towards like helping out the church is helping out your soul. I was kind of linking the two arguments. It was sort of my intention, but
I was thinking you could. I really think it's sort of like this. Hey, I'm doing you a personal favor thing, but you can fork in suasion, whatever you're doing. I think. Is that? I don't know. Am I
Okay,
am I off base?
It
there?
sounds like
It sounds
okay.
almost like you're trying to do like haggling or like you want to.
I think it's falsehood. I think it's falsehood because I'm straight up lying that like helping me out is benefiting the church. Like these men are not.
Yeah, there
like,
you go. That's a
people
good
that
point.
are like accepted by the church.
Yeah, I should have led that. Are you lying to him? You don't have the power to do this.
Yeah, no,
that's fair.
like they're not.
Okay.
Like I actually have no control over like whatever.
Yeah,
money
you could, but you could. If you want to do falsehood, you could also fork in suasion though.
For
sure.
Okay, so I'd like to fork in Abadar wise, suasion.
Yeah, that sounds pretty reasonable.
Ambition wise.
How did you use ambition wise there?
Because I'm trying to help him deal with his problem.
It's your problem.
All right, how about bureaucracy?
Yeah, bureaucracy for sure.
Okay.
Not ambition.
And then maybe etiquette because he has to help me because he's bound to help Sertovas.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Cool.
That's real good.
1, 2,
We're looking at a 4.
3, 4 bonus dice. This is still going to be a really hard roll.
Yeah, for sure.
Alrighty.
Jesus.
6s? Wow, not a good start there.
Not a good start. Not
strong.
Okay.
So what's the failure condition here?
So he says, I'm sorry, my lord. It's just there is no more space available. Now, he looks at you and says, I was told about your men here, and you know what? No, I'm sorry. Know what he actually says? He's like, I'm sorry. I have the regent himself has told me that about your men that have come in. He's actually explicitly told me to not give them space. I'm sorry, sir. It's a very hard no. You could talk it with. It's like and I'm sure your cousin's going to be happy to see you and receptive, but I don't know if this is something like he's like talking with you right now. He's like, I don't know if I would bring this up with him. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I would do this.
I see him
like things are really tense here. He's like, things are really tense here. He told me not to do this. I'm kind of following orders here. Just don't.
So I put a hand on his shoulder because I can see he's just like, I know I'm not supposed to like disobey Sertova, but like the king said.
I know. He's like, I'm kind of torn here, man.
Yeah. So I put my hand on his shoulder. I say, Vladimir, don't worry. I will speak to my cousin.
Oh.
You are only doing your job, and I appreciate that.
He starts to be like, he wants to tell you to not speak to him and just let this go, but he knows better and he just shuts up. He's like,
just let it go, man.
He's like, dude, don't do this. Don't fuck. You just got here. Why are you doing this? Like that's in his head. He's like, okay. Oh boy. Yeah. So like that's good. He has like, good. Well, I'm glad that was resolved. I have one more issue though for you. We were hearing reports about especially some of the letters coming into the capital here about certain disagreements between Sir Onan and Count Ronald. I wanted to ask you about their bed arrangements. Would you prefer them to have lots of distance between them?
I chuckle and I say, unfortunately, with these particular two, I'm not sure that any amount of distance will keep them from snapping at each other. However, I don't think that would be amiss. Just do me a favor, please, Vladimir. Make sure that their rooms are equal in stature.
Some A-grade backstage diplomacy.
Yeah. Just please don't have that be the problem I'm dealing with.
But Demetrius, Onan's rooms are better than mine. Inconceivable.
Sir, I think he's like, that might be difficult.
Well, then we both get shitty.
We don't have equal size rooms available.
Oh dear. What was your plan, Vladimir?
I had Count Ronald in the guest of honor room over here, and then I had Sir Onan in the slightly more cozy guest of honor room down the hall.
What room do you have me in?
Oh, I have you in the royal wing with the rest of the Sertovans.
Yes.
Will he now?
So, I say keep the arrangements as they are. Bonin is much more likely to get prickly about these sort of things than Count Swan is. I shall smooth it over.
Really? I'm more likely to care about living arrangements than Count Swan.
That's the opposite of what I said.
Oh.
I said you're less likely to like care, so put you in the worst room. And I say, if he does have a problem with it, I will smooth things over.
That's good. I mean, to be honest with you, sir, it came as a little bit of a surprise. We kind of expected the Goramite to go to the Bulwark. But
yes, I'm actually a bit surprised on that myself.
Lucy was like, should we want me to keep an eye on him?
I believe that you should keep an eye on everyone.
Of course, but special attention to, the Goramite.
For now, things are fine. For now, things are fine. I shall be needing. Can you do me a favor, though?
Yes, of course. Anything.
Can you have one of your more informed servants draft me a report? I need to be caught up on the ongoings of the city in my absence.
Boy, yes, sir. That's gonna. That would take some time, but I'll get my best scribes on it.
That is all I could hope for. You have been most helpful, Vladimir.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Of course, the guy wasn't being like openly like.
Yeah.
That's me. That's my.
I got you. He's much more. He's better at
Stone Cold Subtle.
I was going to mention there's a point where Eric plays himself rather than the character.
Yeah. That's some fucking Stone Cold Subtle mastermind Machiavellian shit, dude. You don't run this place unless you are really good at your job.
Yeah, exactly.
Like everyone. Yeah. Like okay.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah,
Therefore, it can be said that a prince, to rule, must loudly announce his every intention with very obvious winking.
But I take my leave after that. Yeah. I let him. I gave him some jobs.
Are you rejoining the party?
Yeah. I'm just.
Is the party joined? Like he left. I assumed I would be like, hey, bathhouse. And they go off to the bathhouse, and I assumed you would go there, and we would.
I was waiting for him to get back. I got questions.
So yeah,
all right.
Cool. I mean, if you guys, so while that's going on, like maybe we kind of see that there are other houses and stuff kind of assembling around here as sort of like a feast and everything for you guys in your honor. So like noble families have a presence here. They've sent some emissary, even like Rosalind has sent like Restov has sent emissaries. So there's kind of like representatives of every house kind of here, if you wanted to go find them.
Servant.
Getting at. You're talking about the Wiley kid?
Any random servant. I'm saying servant.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be that guy. So he's like, yes, Sir Solston. What can I do?
Please direct me to a bathhouse. I am smelly underneath my armor. It's been a long journey.
Before you go,
yes?
Let me just remind you that I think we would all prefer to see the capital in peace rather than civil war.
I sort of do this. I literally do this. Like
I give him a subtle knowing look. Like, yeah, it's going to come to that. It's
Mason is leaning in from the side and being like, he's suggesting you step quietly.
You just feel like
on what? I say this not whisperingly.
I don't know. Just take the advice.
Fine. Ooh, like I do this as I walk to the bathhouse.
Yeah, he takes you to the bathhouse.
Mason, I trust the accommodations here will be, and then we like trail off as.
I think that's probably where you say like, Mason, I trust the accommodations here, and I say, not to worry, Count Swan, I have taken care of it.
I thought we were following wreckage, but okay.
I mean, either way.
I was trailing off because we were going in the distance.
Are you going to? Are you also going to the bathhouse?
No, I'm staying here.
The bathhouse is co-ed.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, think of like I mean, it's not like an orgy thing. It's just literally, it's like it's like kind of, I don't know, maybe Nordic, and sort of its tendencies is just like, yeah, it fucking gets really cold, and so having heated springs is really nice. Kind of thing. So it's kind of like a shower, bath hold, sauna.
Wait, so is Mason going into the bath with me?
Yeah, why not?
Right,
Right.
let's have
Just
Mason.
like, should we go to the bathhouse? Yeah,
Yeah.
if you say so. That seems like proper form.
Let's have the bathhouse episode.
Yeah.
Oh man, I take off my armor and
I'm like mentally enjoying that idea because like literally all of you have been referring to them as a he for the entirety of their presence.
well, we also have asked and you have not clarified. So
So you've not actually asked. That's the thing.
That's true. We haven't asked.
That's true.
all right.
Yeah. So
Thing is, I just don't care.
Yeah.
Yep. Me neither.
Neither do they, right? So that's like the point.
I mean, I care.
there's
Oh,
some
yes.
there's some like balalaika song and you know, tune kind of playing over the sounds of the bathhouse, sauna, heat, bellows kind of stuff going on. You know, there's other people talking around. Everyone's of some like nobility of some kind here. I mean, you can kind of, depending on what you guys are after, there's a chance they could be here or not, kind of thing, or like an emissary of one of their groups, you know, because like someone's cousin or uncle is probably at the bathhouse at some point, and it could just be
Delightful.
serendipitous that they're there, right? It's a
I'm the one- I'm the one-
this is a place. This is a social place. This is kind of like a YMCA.
So I'm the one person in a room of 16 people who does not have the mark of privilege trait.
Yeah.
I
That's
pile
true.
my shit like just before the water's edge and get in and start like everybody else is. It's like a big hot tub thing, right? Like and everybody else is like relaxing, and I'm like actually like scrubbing myself down.
Yeah, think of it's kind of like a Roman bath kind of thing with like more sauna kind of stuff.
You know, getting the calves, the thighs, the glistening muscles that my character has that I'll never have.
I think. Do you just like go into the first pool that's available?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think without you kind of realizing it or whatever, then I think maybe one of like the people on duty is like, sir, if you want the more private noble bats are this way. If you
I do the noble wave off. Like yeah.
It's like saying like you know you're an established guest, and you know we were, you know it's just that well I don't want to be insistent, but sir, someone was I was told to bring you over this way.
This is trail filth. Do you want trail filth in the noble baths?
I was that rhetorical, sir?
No, obviously they don't want trail filth in the noble baths. That's why I'm just bathing in the first bath.
I guess as if to metaphorically punctuate the notion, do you want trail filth in the noble bath? A Mason walks in.
Thanks for that, Daniel.
The servant.
So I'm still standing in this bath with the servant. So he's gonna have to have a comeback for that.
I really don't want to. I really don't want to return to him empty-handed, sir. Would you mind just coming with me? It's okay.
Well, my friend has to come with.
He asked for you alone, sir. Sir,
God.
I really am sorry. I don't want to be a bother here. I'm the messenger, sir.
I know you're the messenger. I know. Don't worry about it. I'm still mad, but the madness is not directed at you. I'm going to leave my shit here, and I'll come back and join my friend for a friendly bath like we intended after I go speak with whatever jackass is calling me away.
It's your father.
Probably. So I follow the messenger
How did you know?
because it was my belief.
Yeah, it's totally your dad.
Hey. I mean, Lord Solstend.
Yeah.
I am honored to be recalled to you in this bathhouse.
I was wondering when you would show up, son. Come.
Immediately, the trail is disgusting. As in, when I would show up at the bathhouse, I get into my dad's hot tub.
Yeah.
Is he like way hairier than me? That's my take on him. Like that Onan is not very hairy.
No.
No,
you're classic
like,
anime protagonist.
Anime hairy. Like
No, you are anime protagonist. He is not.
Right, yeah, exactly. I'm like lean and lithe and clean shaven somehow over my entire body and like a swimmer.
Yeah. And he's like,
you've
always
like
been one for your looks.
An Italian 70s porno is what he is.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, he has his hair in like a ponytail or whatever. Use the water, and yeah, he's probably like being like catered to by like a couple like servants here. Like we went through a couple like curtain kind of stuff to get to the private chamber, like baths, right? And so he's there with the servant people, kind of like giving like, and like there's like some like books and like a quill pen and stuff nearby as well. And he's like, just come on, just come in, just get in. Like stop worrying about how you look. Just get in the water. Come on.
I don't care how I look, Father. I just have mud in places where mud shouldn't be.
Are you gonna make me get out of this pool? Are you gonna make me get out of this pool right now?
I'm already in the pool. I'm saying that like I'm not lounging like him. I'm scrubbing.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's like, dude. He's like, stop it. You know, Lessa here can help you take care of that. Relax. You've been journeying so long. You killed the Stag Lord.
Yes, I did.
Right.
And
like, I'm sure that news has already traveled north.
By the way, there's an owlbear corpse that's going up in the new temple. I'm not entirely sure how my colleague intends to what's the word for when you stuff an animal?
Taxidermy?
I'm not entirely sure how he intends to taxiderm it, but he did sound like he had interest with the corpse. So, a prize worthy of a Gorm temple.
He looks at you. He's like, "Wow, that's impressive. I don't think we've seen an owlbear in quite some time."
Yeah, well, turns out that they die the same as any animal.
Isn't that the truth? I think almost. I wonder if he says something pithy about isn't that the truth about everybody, but yeah, he probably does.
Yeah. Yes, if only.
So, he's like, the reason why I brought you here to meet you. I mean, of course, because I wanted to see you. But I just wanted to give you sort of a heads up, a primer to what you're going to see here. Because things in the capital have not been that great.
But, well, yes, there's no clear line of secession, and there's a King's Moot coming up, and everybody wants power. I mean...
We've been recalling our units back to the bulwark.
You sent me that in the message, and I was wondering to what end, Father? Shouldn't the church be remaining neutral in any political event?
He says, ideally, is what he says. But in many times in battle, the strategies must be altered to fit the circumstances.
The bulwark has never fallen, and it would be a shame if it fell to some petty civil war that broke out in the capital. Yeah. So I understand staffing it, but with every unit? We could... Every unit performing a single joint operation is the most powerful standing army in Brevoy right now.
It's just that I think a show of Goramite strength could help heal the wounds and tearings of the fabric of this country.
Or dissuade anyone from tearing them further.
Indeed.
Well, I am happy to accept any new mission that places me in the city. But currently, my unit, under Thalia's leadership, is still overseeing the temple conversion. The fort that we caught in the Stolen Lands is not some broken down piece of crap. It will actually make a quite upstanding church.
He like talks to you about the details of it, right? Like, oh, it's got this thick stone. You know, it's
well, and then I
this,
started going to like, it lacks this, and this, but because of the terrain, actually, what it is quite acceptable. The Deacon of Stone will only have to add, this, and this.
Like, gee, that's a great find, son. Like whoever put that spot down there, first off, really knew their shit.
Yes, we saw signs all across the Stolen Lands that it was once much more civilized. But yeah, times change, nations fall. Apparently, we've forgotten who once owned the place.
No doubt. Actually, I think you probably know that it was probably like a sword lord expedition or something set out to do that a long time ago, like hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Pre Quarrel the Conqueror, and then maybe something happened. Right, like since then,
dragons happened.
Yeah, and that kind of took the.
It's worth noting that the temple itself shows no signs of having seen actual invasion of any kind. So it was truly up and abandoned for some silly political reason, I imagine, or lack of funds.
Well, if there's anything, it's funds and supplies ruin armies just as well as swords and men.
Yes. We must remember that Thrain appreciates the wielder of the blade as much as he appreciates the wielder of the purse.
So, yeah. He's looking to you to see if are you in accord with him? Are you agreeing with kind of his position and what he's doing right now?
So it's very clear that I have a hesitation with the fact that he's recalling the expeditions. What are they? No, they're not expeditions themselves. What are they? Are they?
No, they are.
Yeah. The Goramite expeditions. It's been 3 weeks. I forgot what we called a bunch of stuff. I have a hesitation there, but like I don't disagree with any of his reasons on principle. Like he's like, oh yeah, just to make sure people don't get uppity, and I'm like, okay, that's true, but I also was very clear to say, like, you're assembling the most powerful army, the most effective army in the middle of a potential civil war, and you're assembling the most powerful army. Like that's sort of my response to him. And I think he picked up on that, and I picked up on that, and we just sort of are not really talking about it.
Well, I think that's kind of like it's going to get to the crux of this scene here before we go to break. He wants to know if he can, you're on his side about this, and he's like, we need to be the temple, the Church of Gorm needs to be united on this.
Well, my loyalty has always laid with Gorham, Father. So if the church and its doctrine bade me do something, I will do it.
Yeah. Good. Good, because we're doing this for the battle of Brevoy's soul. And this country is to be held together. It will need to be forged with the iron of Gorm. Or repaired.
We'll see how things turn out. In the meantime, Father, there can be much more detailed discussions of this when I see you clothed in the bulwark in formal settings. I have a fellow expedition member that I promised to bathe with. And I sort of like, tip my hat, but not tipping a hat.
He looks at you like weird. He's like, it's like, no, like I need you to like, I need you to promise to me that things like you're okay with the way things are going, and
No,
so
so
you're on my side.
And he wants to be sure you're in.
I mean, I said that my loyalty lies with the church.
Yeah.
And
he's not being deceitful to you, by the way.
I'm not being deceitful to him. I
yeah.
feel like I've already answered the question, is my point.
No
I feel like I've already said I am loyal to the church.
Yeah.
So if the church does XYZ,
yeah,
I will do XYZ.
I mean, what kind of better way of solving a problem than display of strength is like not... That's like the definition of Gormism.
Like, so. Well, I mean, in between his words, it sounds like he might have already be resigned to more than a display of strength, which is
he's just like,
why I'm hesitant.
Yeah, he's like, before we get caught up in the parties and the diplomats and all of the dancing and all of the politicking that all the monarchy and the nobles like to indulge themselves in.
Just believe me, Father. You know more than anyone that I have never cared for any of that. Yeah, less so even than you.
People are going to say a lot of things. They're going to tell you some of it probably true, some of it probably lies.
People should be careful lying.
That Brevoy is in danger from within.
Father, I've been looking for an excuse to kill a nobleman for months now. I dare someone to tell a lie or dishonor me while I am in the capital. I will take them up on it.
All right. He just cautions you too. He's like, like you've always been one of the best with the swords, right? He just warns you to stay away from those sword lords. It's like, do me a favor, son. Just don't pick a fight with a sword lord here. Just don't do it.
I am intrigued.
Like Aldori, so like you know that the Aldori sword lords, right? Like the folks from Restov, there's kind of like they like to be braggadocious. They like to like try to challenge people to duels and very
Father,
people.
Never pick a fight. I just end them, and I walk out of the room.
No, he's like, not even that. Do not engage.
I'm already gone. Like he's like, don't do it.
He's like, rub my back to the person. Fine. That's good. Yeah. Okay.
We believe in your records. You can take.
Did you want to do something with Mason, or should we go to break?
We can go to break and then see if maybe we even have anything to say in the Mason bathroom.
No problem, guys.
Do we want to have like a 4-man onsen scene, or do we just like assume we shower and move on?
Here's how I'm thinking. Like we can keep doing some more scenes and stuff, but like the direction I want to take this game is that ultimately I want to cut over then to like the big party, like for you guys wondering.
I'd
but
like
you guys are still getting settled in, and I want you to start angling the things that you can, that you want, right?
I'd like to talk to Demetrius before that.
Okay.
I also
awesome. Yeah. Okay,
politics.
Cool. I just want to put that like above, saying like this is where we're going. So if you want to set up any things like that beforehand. Okay. Cool. So let's go to our break. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll be back in 5 minutes.